Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Washington Post World.
December 24, 5:19 America, New York. Pakistani president repeals colonial-era law against suicide. The Pakistani president's office has announced that the country's criminal law has been amended to repeal a colonial-era legislation against suicide.
Mirror World News.
December 24, 5:02 America, New York. Serial killer Charles Sabraj the Serpent arrives in France after being freed from jail. Serial killer Charles Sabraj is believed to have killed at least 24 people in Afghanistan, India, Thailand, Turkey, Nepal, Iran and Hong Kong during the 1970s.
New York Times World News.
December 24, 5 o'clock America, New York. Lonely, single and over 50. China has a game show for that. Several popular television programs in the country are helping to encourage conversations about the social, romantic and sexual needs of older Chinese people.
Washington Post World.
December 24, 5 o'clock America, New York. Paphos Bishop elected as new leader of Cyprus Church. Cyprus Orthodox Church has elected Paphos Bishop Georgios as its new leader.
New York Times World News.
December 24, 5 o'clock America, New York. Putin wants fealty, and he's found it in Africa. The Russian president has unleashed a new disorder on the world with his war in Ukraine, and the Central African Republic may be its ultimate expression. A statue of Russian soldiers protecting civilians in central Bangui.
RT World News. December 24, 4:32 America, New York. UK to hike defense spending, Telegraph. The newspaper claims at least £1.5 billion, $1.8 billion. More is expected to be earmarked for Britain's military in 2024-2025.
BBC News World.
December 24, 3:26 America, New York. Iran protests. Activist Narges Mohammadi details abuse of detained women. Narges Mohammadi writes to the BBC with fellow inmates accounts of physical and sexual abuse.
Mirror World News. December 24, 3:26 America, New York. At least 20 people dead after huge fire rips through Russian care home. We'll be bringing you the very latest updates, pictures and video on this breaking news story. Mirror World News.
December 24, 3:20 America, New York. Sarm Heslop's family urges British police to launch own probe into disappearance. Sarm's loved ones have made a fresh appeal to investigators in the UK, desperately hoping a team of British officers will finally uncover what happened to her.
Washington Post World.
December 24, 3:17 America, New York. 20 dead in fire at Russian nursing home. Russia's emergencies ministry said Saturday that 20 people were killed in a fire at a nursing home in the Siberian city of Kemerovo. New York Times World News.
December 24, 3 o'clock America, New York. A Christmas tree brings life to a destroyed Palestinian village. For former residents of Ikrit, where Israeli forces leveled everything but the church in 1951, religious rituals bind them to a place from which they were expelled. Families gathering for the tree lighting in the Palestinian Christian village of Ikrit, Israel, this month.
Fox World News.
December 24, 2:52 America, New York. Canadian polar bears near polar bear capital, dying at alarming rate, a new survey found. Canadian polar bears are dying at an alarming rate in the western Hudson Bay, an area that includes the town of Churchill, which is known as the polar bear capital of the world. BBC News World.
December 24, 0:58 America, New York. Reunited. The Ukrainian couple who married near the front line. Video of Lesia and Valerie's military checkpoint wedding went viral in March 2022.
Fox World News.
December 23, 23:38 America, New York. Taiwan scrambles jets, readies missile defenses as Chinese military vessels near island, Defense Ministry says. The Taiwanese Defense Ministry said aircraft were sent to respond after detection systems found nearly a dozen Chinese planes and other naval vessels were nearing the island.
BBC News World.
December 23, 23:04 America, New York. At least 20 dead in Russia illegal care home fire. Another 6 people are injured after the blaze in an unregistered property in the Siberian city of Kemerovo. RT World News.
December 23, 21:54 America, New York. Shooting forces Mall of America into lockdown. Police responded to reports of shots fired inside the iconic shopping center in Minnesota. At least one person has reportedly been shot inside the Mall of America in Bloomington, Minnesota on Friday evening.
RT World News.
December 23, 2101 America New York, Australia and China will never be friends, but balance is possible. The new government in Canberra is markedly less antagonistic to Beijing than its predecessor, but does that mean a rapprochement is coming?